The teams are coming out. We'll quickly go through the lineups for those that are listening. For Heidelberg United, we've got Chris Theoridis in goal, number 1. Number 2, Josh Wilkins. Number 3, Les Dumbalis, making the return, as Greg said. Lewis Hall, number 6. Petrie, number 10. Costa Kanakaris, number 11. The number 12, Kenny Athew, who's top scorer for Heidelberg United with 10 goals this season in the league. The captain, number 13, Luke Bowles. Harry Noon, number 14. The number 17, Stephen Pace, the barometer, and rounding out the starting lineup, Sean Ellis, the number 19. On the substitute bench for Heidelberg United, the reserve keeper, Christopher Davis, number 23. The number 4, Johnny Lazaridis. Number 5, Phil Petreski, the recent signing. Number 7, Ruben Way, who makes way, of course, for Les Dumbalis. And the number 15, Jordan Wilkes, who was recently re-signed from Northcote, making his way for Les Dumbalis in the back four there.
Greg Blake, yours truly, and a very good friend, John Fodinos, the J-Fot, on deck. And, of course, we're not only being podcast, it is Heidelberg United FC TV as well, as we look across to the centre of the ground where Heidelberg United will get first use of the football, heading to the right of screen toward the Murray Road end of the ground. It's 4th against 5th, locked together on 29 points. Because these two teams clashed just recently in the FFA Cup out at Green Gully, with Green Gully winning that one 2-0. Kanakaris spears the ball through. Harry Noon runs deep, cuts it back. Awkward clearance, sky ball. Reeled in by Josh Wilkins.
Given a handball there, looks like, Greg.
Against, I think it may have been against Vargas, but no, it wasn't against Vargas, but it doesn't really matter.
I think it was Tommy Murphy, the number 7, that might have been the one there, but...
Spot this is about 12 metres or so outside the penalty area. That's probably a bit too generous. About 8 metres outside. Hands on hips, Sean Ellis. Sunday evening, round 17 action. Ellis powers it around the wall. Oh, great tip around the corner from Derbyshire. That was goal bound, and Derbyshire did awfully well to get his left hand down.
It was well struck there by...
Oh, it was beautifully struck.
By Shawnee Ellis, and did well. He got across well and tipped it out with his left hand. So an early corner to Heidelberg.
Minute 20 played. Heidelberg. Sean Ellis again. Header. Pinballs across the goal face. To no avail. Arm wrestle. Jumping Jack Petrie. Dogged. Toe poke. Wide. Shawnee Ellis. No, an awkward header from Lambertaridis, I think it was.
Indeed, yeah. It almost caught the wisher out there, Greg.
It is HUFC TV, and it's also us podcasting, which presumably people can listen to. I don't really understand technology.
Yes, the audio, it's an audio podcast, so...
Means nothing to me, Jeff.
Welcome to all of those listening in.
Great live. Ball through, almost long enough. Petrie, covered. Kanakaris, spears that one in, looking for Kenny. High Noon, lops one. Kenny, header over the bar.
As Heidelberg come away near halfway, Kanakaris picks up the loose ball, squares it across to Shawnee Ellis, who makes a nice run, looking for Harry Noon on the right of the box. He tries a low shot, and that was not far from the near post. Had Dewisha scrambling, but always looked to be going just wide. So,
picked his spot, did Harry, and just got the angle minutely wrong. But again, it's Derbyshire to restart for Green Gully. He's had a bit of work to do in this opening 6 or so minutes.
And that was good play by Sean Ellis, who skipped around a few challenges there to find an unmarked Harry Noon. That time as Gully come away now past halfway. Boland looking to break free of the challenge. Looks out wide for
Davies.
That was, Jay Davies, but Wilkins does well. Comes away from the challenge. He goes downfield past halfway, finds Harry Noon now, who can turn around. He's got a couple to beat, or he gets blocked out there, and an obvious challenge.
He did really, really well then, Harry Noon. As Sean Ellis set to deliver a long bomb from the free kick. It's about 25 metres out from the penalty area. Left foot, raking left foot, eludes a couple of defenders. Own goal, and I think it was Roddy Vargas.
Well, it was a teasing cross, wasn't it, Craig?
It just eluded 2 or 3 defenders. It was spearing toward the near post, and I'm not 100% sure it was Vargas, but it was certainly an own goal as he tried to skew the header past the post, and instead
came off one of the defenders, so they got themselves in a right royal mess there, did Green Gully defence, but it was
a great free kick.
Yeah,
it was a great free kick from Sean Ellis.
Yes, and that caused all sorts of problems, and DeWish at that time was unable to keep the ball out, but it sort of ricocheted in off the 2 defenders there, so an own goal gives Heidelberg an early lead, and probably on the balance of play they'd say that that's well deserved at the minute. And the ladder will take the free kick, goes short to Jones at halfway, through the circle, trying to find Chris Dulu. He gets the secondary ball back, and now it's Davies on the right. It's forced back to Jones, who goes for the quick ball forward, but that's all the way through to Theodorides, who immediately releases Wilkins on the right. He's got Kanakaris at halfway, and now Harry Noon just in front of the Green Gully coach's box, as it'll be a throw into Heidelberg United. That time it was off Matthew Reid. He's got Kenny Athew down the line. He's got Kanakaris short, goes to Athew. He chests it down well past Reid, and he get the cross. So it looks for the chip ball for Jack Petrie, who's making the run. It's cleared away eventually by Gully off Christodoulou that time, and as I said, Matthew Reid slipping there. And we made mention of this earlier, the sidelines here quite treacherous, a lot of surface water, and it's quite a spongy surface, so it'll be thrown to Heidelberg United, just about level with the edge of the box. Harry Noon plays it back to Wilkins. He tries to get around, does so, looking for the cross, and it was just over the head of Kanakaris, and Kenny Athew flashing in.
Well, Kenna had the goal at his mercy, and it swept past his forehead by maybe a millimetre, and then Kenny was on the far side and popped it over. There's a man down for Green Gully. It looks like Tommy Murphy's not feeling exceptionally well as we speak, and as we speak we're 16 minutes into this game on HUFC TV. Darwish's more than capable hands. You called on early a couple of times and saluted the judge in spectacular style. Gully again push forward. Davies under pressure. The barometer only to midfield. Running through traffic is Vargas. Pushes it for Lambarterides. Boland. First time ball is just too long for the attacking player. Theodorides comes and he gets challenged.
Nothing much in that, I don't think, Greg.
It's a collision sport, John. We've been through this before a million times. Heidelberg lead by a goal to nil in this inclement winter weather.
There's Wilkins with the ball, looking for Kenny Athew at the edge of the box. Headed away by Gully, only as far as Petrie. Skips around a couple of challenges, and again felt for the contact. And players having a bit of a howdy.
Well, there was plenty of contact because Jack Petrie's gotten up and just decided to get in the face of a couple of Green Gully players, not happy with the challenge. Spotted it about a footstep outside the penalty area, hands on hips. Short run, drills it towards the near post, and a great stop again from Darwish. A terrific free kick. Ellis will clamber across to take the resultant corner for Heidelberg.
He's got a lovely whip on those left foot shots, and the Wisher taking no risks that time, palming the ball, in fact double fisting it wide for a corner.
So Ellis with the corner from the Northland side of the ground, Murray Road end. It's 1-0 Heidelberg. Near post, backheader on, inadvertent backheader. Well done then by Wilkins. Lewis Hall runs the 180 degrees, chip pass, headed clear by Vargas from inside the 6-yard area. Green Gully will come away, only as far as Luke Biles. Ellis down the line, tried to hook up with the running Kenny Athiu. Gully clear with a 3 or 4 passes. It ends awkwardly. Kanakaris swept upon by Ragusa. 25 seconds remaining.
Gully were on the charge there as it was Christodoulou breaking free, but now Kenny Athiu back helping the defence. But that's the danger of Green Gully, especially Christodoulou, who virtually walked the ball half the length of the field.
HUFC TV on TV and being podcast by John Fodinos and yours truly, Greg Blake. And enjoying enormously what has been a fairly rousing clash, hasn't it?
It has indeed, and as you said, Greg, two big former NSL rivals giving it all. There's Vargas up against Harry Noon, Murphy away for Gully, and as far as Luke Bowles, who plants it forward, looking for Kenny Athiu, but that time Jones there for Green Gully.
As the curtain gets drawn on an engaging first half on HUFC TV and somebody's pod, as we see Heidelberg go in at the interval, up by 1-0, an own goal on 7 minutes. And I'm not going to blacken the name of any Gully player because we're not quite sure who got the final touch to it. And the way they played late in that second half, Green Gully, I think they'll fancy their chances of getting back into this one. You'd like to see Heidelberg perhaps steal a second?
Yes, certainly a 1-0 lead is never totally safe. But certainly Heidelberg with the advantage as Green Gully kick us off, Greg Blake.
So Green Gully, that attack's broken up. Wide right for Wilkins, given away for... Well, there could have been a claim there as the goalkeeper came. Big challenge from Liam Boland. Instead, there's a long ball down the right-hand sideline for the running Kenny Athiu. Gives away the chase, ball goes out of play.
This grandstand side, Heidelberg attacking towards the social club end.
5 minutes played, J-Fot.
So it's been an interesting first 5 minutes with both sides parrying and thrusting forward. As Dumbalis launches a ball in, flicked on by Kenny Athiu. Shawnee Ellis now trying to get the turn and a shot on the near post. And Wisher did well to parry that ball down and take it on the second bite.
He did very, very well because it was about to smack him straight in the face.
And releases Davies now, who's gone forward looking for the run down the channel by Ragusa. He's got Stevie Pace on his hammer and wins the corner kick for Gully.
The corner kick. Goes near post, glancing header, great stop, can't stop the second, and it's the big man Liam Boland who gets the equaliser for Green Gully.
Yes, headed in there, and a parry there by Chris Adoredes did well to save the first one, but on 52 minutes, Green Gully pull a goal back. And as we said, Greg, at half time, they would fancy themselves with only a 1-goal deficit, and they've certainly come out hard in the second half and from the set piece, and it's been a problem for Heidelberg in recent weeks, the set pieces. We saw the equalising goal last week from Pascal Bowl coming from a set piece play.
Very poor, not to acknowledge that Green Gully every bit deserved of an equaliser, I would have thought.
They have, from midway through that first half, certainly got right back into the game.
So it's one each at the Village.
Ooh, it's a very nasty challenge there by Davies.
Yeah, and Dumbalis is feeling that one. Luke Biles to take the free kick for Heidelberg. Evaluates, moves in. left foot raking. Didn't get the angle he might have liked on it. He'll get another chance with the header as the ball comes clear. Not that time. Great running then by Jay Davies. Davies gets around the defence, or does he? Flag went up. Goalkeeper will come out to take it. That's Rani Darwish. You look back on his 2 key stops in the first 5 minutes or so. Hit it.
Lucky balls to
Kenny header on, high noon. He gets crash tackled. That obviously was a free kick. Harry Noon goes to ground. The challenge was from Daniel Jones, I believe. Petrie, free kick, right foot for the running Kenny. Kenny's in. Goalkeeper does awfully well again.
Could have done better there. The first touch was heavy and, well, a golden opportunity missed there. The referee assistant on the far side kept the flag down, but how will that be in the final analysis? Because that was a real good opportunity that time. Probably Heidelberg's best opportunity.
Harry Noon again. Kenny runs with him to his left. He elects to go right to the champ, Ruben Way. The champ with the cross. Vargas, the whistle went.
Against Kenny that time for pulling the jersey there of Daniel Jones. Down to Jones. He forces it back to the substitute Richardson. Nice ball into the feet of Christodoulou, who doesn't get the right foot crossing.
Barometer had to do well then and did so.
He was very strong in the challenge.
There's the champ, Ruben Way, at half field for Heidelberg, into the front half. Runs around, he backed himself for pace and he won the battle for pace. Shawnee Ellis onto this one. The defender stood his ground. The big fellow, the new man on, Cal Richardson, had to show some courage there. Heidelberg on the move again. Bad Noon rising. Jumping Jack Petrie. Wide man Josh Wilkins. Lots it again and taken cleanly by the goalkeeper Darwisher, who's had an exemplary game.
He's played very well.
He really has.
Davies with the early ball. Now Christodoulou. Shot deflected by Lukey Biles.
It's PS4 NPL in Victoria, round 17. Fourth hosting fifth, and currently we're locked at 1 each. Not a great deal of time remaining in regulation. Boland on the ball. The goal scorer for Gully. Boland gets a shove. Play on. Gully will come again. It's been a game of twists and turns, hasn't it really?
Oh, yes,
Callum Richardson, ball takes a cannon. Away by Sean Ellis. Gets the pass away at the last minute. Too short for Ruben Way. Gully come up with it in their own half.
Oh, yes, they're certainly turning the screws up.
Tseski looks up, tries to back himself in a foot race against Petreski. Nothing doing. Back onto the left foot, into the penalty area. Foot away, well done by the barometer. The champ's there, overruns the ball, runs a wide circle, looks upfield. It's still the champ, deep in defensive territory. Short ball, inside, Petreski. Gets scragged. Gets the advantage call. No, he doesn't. It's going to come back. It's going to be a free kick to Heidelberg. Inside defensive territory by a heartbeat. Ellis down the left-hand sideline for Kenny. Kenny tries to go inside. His footing on the surface isn't the best. He slips. Heidelberg still come up with it again. Biles at midfield. Petreski under extreme pressure. Succumbs to that. Almost stolen back by Les Dumbalis. Lambaridis. Short ball for Corey Slavin. Around the corner, it's Slavin again. Biles is there. And away in the end by Lewis Hall from his own penalty area. Bit of pressure now coming from Green Gully, and we're into the last 6 or so minutes of this second half.
Yes, certainly they've had a good spell in this last few minutes as it's crossed in, but a poor cross. Will be chopped out by Dumbalis. He goes along looking for Kenny Athieu, only as far as Jones. Inboard to Vargas. He's got time now. Switches across to Reed.
As Heidelberg look to launch one last foray forward. Kenny with the win. Kenny, with the square ball way off target. Green Gully will clear. Do they get the last chance of the game? Jay Fott, that may be the way it stays as
Well, unless there's any
Leicester
total
Palace.
last minute heroics by either side. If Jones launches it forward, finds Boland. That's a wayward pass, and the referee blows for the final whistle. So at the Olympic Village this evening, it's all square. 1-1 is the final score between Heidelberg United and Green Gully and Greg Blake. That's a spiteful end to the game.
It was tough, it was physical, it was engaging, there were plenty of chances, some goalkeeping heroics, a red card, an own goal. I would suggest a rousing 90 minutes thereabouts for this HUFC TV and podcast clash. Just a quick recap, if I may. Jay Fott, own goal on 7 minutes, put Heidelberg United ahead in this round 17 clash. And Liam Boland, who's become a bit of he's not the best friend of everybody out there in the black and gold, gets the equaliser on 52. A really, really physical second half, which culminated in a red card to Ruben Way very late in the game. So it finishes at 1-1. Heidelberg moved to third on the ladder on goal difference. Green Gully stay fifth, but these two sides still very much in the conversation
Well,
in season 2016.
Yeah.